Let's go!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Let's head out of Liberty City. Burn it to the ground.
Does the word mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee?
The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
Not going to be too many punks.
Don't you stop worrying about the punk?
Fuck you. That's my name.
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing for your listening pleasure.
Hi, and welcome to the High Fives Podcast, Solo Edition. This is Mike. If you listen to our podcast on a regular basis, you'll probably recognize my voice and my ums. Of course, I'm doing this podcast sans my buddy Nate, so it's a lonely endeavor. As we dive into 30 of the releases that I really like this year. 2019 is no different than most years. When I sat down to make the list, it was incredibly difficult. I feel kind of weird leaving some of the releases off that I did. I did try to gear it towards the punk rock genre or the podcast genre as a better way to put it. But some stuff did sneak in. But there were a lot of great hip hop and folk and indie rock and all sorts of music releases that I'm hoping you're going to find on other people's lists. It's a shame I didn't put them on here. Maybe if I'm ambitious, I will find a way to steer some of you in that direction as well. But for the purpose of this podcast and for you listeners, I picked 38 albums that I really liked this year. There's still, so many that I would love to put on there. I hope if you're in a band and you're listening and you release something that you're not offended that it's not on there. It probably should have been. And I'm probably going to miss some stuff that I should have on here, and come January 5th I'll realize that was actually my favorite album. I'm just one of those people. Anyway, we should dive in because you're probably sick of hearing me speak. This year I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do 3 albums at a time. So if you're one of those people that skips through the music or skips through me, be prepared. Let's dive in. At number 30 I had Masked Intruders album 3. It came out on Pure Noise, and I know some folks were kind of down on this album. I guess the shtick's wearing off, but not for me. I loved it. Personally, I thought it was better than the last release. It's fun. It's well polished. It's not groundbreaking, but it's some great pop punk, and I really enjoyed the crisp recording on it. I know I'm not one to really like that kind of recording too often, but it just gave it just a pop feel to it. The song I'm going to go with is Dream a Little Dream. At number 29 is another pop-punk band. This one's from Canada, and it's Pew 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 with Optimal Lifestyles. It came out on Dine Alone. And if you listened to this podcast before, which I'm hoping you have, you know that both Nate and myself reference them a lot. But to be honest, I wasn't super enamored with this album when it came out. It felt a little too grown up, a little too polished. But as the year went on, I really got into it, and I guess we all have to sort of grow up. So I'm going to go with a song called Adult Party, because, I'm guessing since Nate and me are old, we might be going to more adult parties, or parties at all. I don't really get invited to that many parties. Next up, at 28, is a band called Bleached, who put out an album called Don't You Think You've Had Enough? And maybe you've had enough of this podcast, maybe you've had enough of me speaking, but I didn't have enough of this album. It's 2 sisters, and it's their 3rd studio album. And it's, I believe, on a major. The album's actual label is Dead Oceans Records, but I think when I was doing some research, it said it came out on a major. It's a pretty polished rock and roll album. Some solid indie rock elements, some solid punk elements. And it's one of those albums that I kind of thought I might get sick of, but I never did. Sometimes when you hear stuff like that, you're like, oh, that's really cool. And then 2 months later, you're like, I've heard that sound before. I don't really care. But on this album, I just really, really liked it. And what really got me was this song called Rebound City. So that's the song I'm going with. So to recap, at 30, Masked Intruder. At 29, Pew Pew Pew. And at 28, Bleached. Enjoy the songs, and we'll see you back in a bit.
Fair that you should do your part. Keep me on your mind as you lay down and close your eyes. Dream a little dream and change your heart. Drift away to me under a twinkling sea of stars. Float across the sleeping city streets. Maybe if you dream it's sweet enough, when you wake up you won't think I'm a creep. You could be a princess, baby, I could be your prince. We could ride a unicorn across the sky. Just imagine me as if I weren't as creepy as it gets. Then hold that thought as you open your eyes. Just hold that thought as you open your eyes. Wake up wanting me, I will be waiting for you, girl. Run to me and say that you won. Tell me all about how you found out. In a dream it seems I was right for you all along. And maybe if you dream it's sweet enough, when you wake up you'll be in love with me. Nobody shakes hands anymore, it's all hugging. I don't make much, but I still make something. A bunch of guys bottle wine, but it's not the cost more than $6 kind. Don't thank me for those 12 beers, 'cause they're mine. I'll be nice and not say what I think, and I hope no one notices how much you're drinking. Adult party, 8 to 12:30, split a six-pack and get to bed early. It's nice to see you, that's all I said. There's a couple on the bed and there's 3 dips in the spread. When I say these people ain't my kind, I'm drinking more than everyone here combined. I lose some moments every time we play, 'cause I love the penalties you're drinking games. Maybe that's a problem, but hey, I'm fine. I'm being nice and not say what I think, and I start to get sick to see what I'm drinking. Adult party, 8 to 12:30, split a six-pack and get to bed early. It's nice to see you, that's all I said. You're dead in the eyes with a snap brim on your head. And I stopped thinking, and then I said, rich kids, go fuck yourselves. If there's some in the audience, go somewhere else. Rich kids, go fuck yourselves. Rich kids, go fuck yourselves. If there's some in the audience, go somewhere else. Rich kids, go fuck yourselves. Facebook invite to your condo. Last confirmed, but many don't show you fucking young professionals. Your dad
I hope you enjoyed those songs and are ready to keep going forward with me. At number 27, I have a band called Night Marathons, who released an album on 8F Records back in March. It's their debut release, and they play anthematic melodic punk, which really doesn't really need a description. I guess if you're listening to this, you know the kind of music. There's a lot of bands that do it. There's a lot of bands that do it well. There's a lot of bands that don't do it well. I'd say Night Marathons does it very well. It's one of those albums I kept going back to. I'd hear a song, and they just got some really catchy hooks and some catchy lyrics, and it's one of those albums you want to sing along to in the car. So the album is Missing Parts, and the song is Reset. Moving on to number 26, we have Winnipeg's Mobina Galore and their album Don't Worry, which came out in September. This is a super late addition to my list. I kept getting suggestions to listen to this album. I had seen Mobina Galore a few years ago, wasn't super crazy about them, so I just kept putting it off. Thankfully, I wasn't stubborn like I normally am, and it went back. I tossed a couple songs on shuffle, and it would come on here and there, and every time it came on, I'd be like, "Who is that? This is really good." And I look, and it was Mobina Galore. So I added the album, and I started listening, and you know what? It's awesome. I got no complaints about it, and I finally get what everyone was talking about. It's a great album, and the song I picked was "I Need to Go Home," which kind of has like a Reviver feel to it. I don't know, like vocally it doesn't, but just something about the recording and the structure of the song reminds me of Reviver. Perhaps I'm crazy. Doesn't matter. No. I hope you enjoy it. And the last one on our little trip here is a band called Bigger Better Sun and their album Comfort Foods. Bigger Better Sun formed out of the ashes of some Long Island bands, most notably Haverford, who, if you're familiar with that sort of scene, were kind of a staple for a bit there. I think they're involved with the band Oso Oso. Anyway, if you listen to Haverford, you can see the transition to Bigger Better Sun. It's super catchy. It's emo pop punk stuff. I like it a lot more than Haverford. And if you're a fan of Oso Oso, I think you'd like it. The song I chose was Lights. So to recap, we got Night Marathons with Missing Parts and the song Reset. Mobina Galore with Don't Worry and the song I Need to Go Home. And Bigger Better Sun with the album Comfort Foods and the song Lights. See you back here in a bit.
Sleeping, dream the day away. was your harsh light soothing, running somewhere out there in a bright space where we're sheltered, where my body only wants me to slow down. You're a cool wind when I'm floating down the river of feeling. You don't need me to clean your soft side and shades while I make a mess of your masterpiece. My body only wants me to slow down when it hurts to just be present around. Oh, my darkest track persisting still down. A sick dream you can't leave. Oh, I'm sorry. Now wonder what was it?
The next album I picked came out on Wiretap Records. And if you haven't listened to Wiretap Records this year, you're kind of been missing out. They seem to have put out a ton of great albums this year. It's a shame that I had to leave some of them off. Like, some of them were so good. I don't know where this label came from, to be honest. But this year, it just seems that they've hit so many great albums. And this one in particular, I enjoyed. It was called Watching a Garden Die, and the artist is Berwanger. Now, I know this isn't Berwanger's first album. I didn't know that until I heard it, but he's formerly of The Anniversary and another band that put out a great album this year, Radar State. Apparently, he's been releasing solo stuff since 2014, but I just discovered it this year, and it's just got that laid-back pop feel, and it's got great lyrics about aging, anxiety, and loneliness, all stuff that I can kind of relate to a lot of the time, and I'm assuming some of you can as well. I was really tempted to go with a song called Bad Vibrations because it had a little bit more pop sensibility, and like you can see some of the old Anniversary writing structure there. I decided to go with a song called When I Was Young because I first discovered this album due to the video for When I Was Young, and it's a little bit slower. It's got a little bit more steel guitar. I hope it's not turning you off, but I really just like the heartfelt songwriting of this album. Yeah, give it a listen, especially if you're a fan of The Anniversary or a band like The Weakerthans or something like that. Yeah, I'll let the music do the talking. And speaking of talking about music, let's move to my number 23 pick, which is a band called Origami Angel. And they put out an album just at the end here of November called Somewhere City, and it came out on Chatterbox Records. They're an emo band from DC that sort of play emo pop punk or new emo or emo revival, I guess. But they're one of those bands that have really stood out in this new age of emo. I believe it's only 2 members with some backup musicians, but this is their first full length, and they had put out some singles and some EPs that are all Pokemon based, from what I can tell. I don't have that much knowledge about Pokemon, but anyway, the song I chose is called Dr. Whomst. Whomst? WHOOMST. I'm assuming it's a play on Doctor Who. But yeah, the whole album is just great. Give it a listen. Finally, with pick number 22 is a band from Germany called No Sugar. And this came out on Dirt Cult Records in October. They play kind of like strutty, high energy garage rock and roll punk. Some may say it's glammy glam punk, but I guess strutty, high energy is also a great term to describe that genre. The album was like kind of a surprise. I thought it was going to be a little bit less polished, I guess, when I read their first review of it. But it's just like in your face, and I love it. And the song I picked was Can't Help My Generation. So to recap, we have Berwanger with Watching a Garden Die and the song When I Was Young, Origami Angel off Somewhere City, and the song Dr. Hoomst. One of these days I'll get this right. I probably should have picked a song that I could pronounce, but I didn't. So it is what it is. And No Sugar off the album Rock and Roll Isn't Boring. It's You, and the song is Can't Help My Generation. We'll see you back in a bit.
When I was young, I believed I could do whatever. When I was young, everything felt new and clever. When I was young, I didn't worry about my plans tomorrow. When I was young, I didn't carry around so much sorrow. That's when I was young. When I was young. When I was young, I could taste that first cigarette. When I was young, it was so full of regrets. When I was young, no pressure that I had to win it. When I was young, wasn't holding on to seconds and minutes. That's when I was young. When I was young. Young, I was full of so much fight. When I was young, I wasn't scared that I'd die. When I was young, I didn't care what they said about me. When I was young, I didn't have this dark cloud above me. That's when I was young. When I was young. But now I'm old, and my face starts to look like leather. Now I am old, and my body's feeling oh so weathered. When I was young. When I was young. That's when I was young. When I was young.
Don't you think you should rephrase that?
Hi, and welcome back to the Hi-Fi's podcast, Mike's Top 30 of 2019, aka the solo episode, aka the episode where Mike panics, aka the episode without Nate. I'm just starting to realize that my plan of doing 3 songs at once is a lot more difficult, especially with no one to rebuttal anything I say. But I've committed, and you've committed. So here we go. We'll just keep rolling. And at number 21, The Whiffs. The Whiffs are a band from Kansas, and they play power pop, garage rock and roll, with hints of punk. If you like bands like the Exploding Hearts, the Wipers, the Rubs, and maybe a less polished Strokes, you should really check out The Whiffs. I'd first heard a single via Bandcamp a few months ago and was eagerly anticipating this album, and it hasn't let me down. The song I picked is Shaking All Over, and it should have you tapping along to it. I could have went with the obvious Shaking All Over, but I went with tapping. But yeah, check them out. I really like that band. As we move on to number 20, another album that came out that I knew nothing about. I hadn't seen any hype leading up, and I just discovered, I believe via a Facebook post. And the band is called Bothers, and they're from Portland, and made up of Young Livers and North Lincoln members. It came out on Dirt Cult Records. It's if you're a fan of the Bronx or Motorhead, I feel like this is a mixture of the Bronx and Motorhead. It's kind of in-your-face hardcore punk, not super polished. It's got edginess to it. It feels like one of those bands that you got to see live in a small basement. But it was a super big surprise, and I feel like if this would have came out in the summer, I would have been all over it. The song I picked is a song called Meat Hooks. I really could have picked any of the songs. When you hear it, I hope you feel like going to see a hardcore show. At number 19 is another Wiretap band, and it is Night Surf, and the album is The End of the World With. I hadn't heard much about Night Surf, but when I saw the artwork, I knew I was going to like this album. What could I say? I guess I'm a sucker for skulls. And I like the name Night Surf. I know you're not supposed to surf at night. I don't know much about surfing, seeing as I'm living in a landlocked place, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to surf at night or swim at night. There's that whole shark thing. I could be making that all up. Maybe you can correct me. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the band. Kind of reminds me of a less pop-punky copyrights. If that's sort of your jam, I can't see why you wouldn't like this band. I'd give it a listen. The song I picked was Don't Want to Go. And it's one of those bands I think you're going to start hearing more about. And another one that I'd like to see live, I think. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning here and recap. At 21, we have The Whiffs and Shaking All Over off Another Whiff. At 20, we have Bothers off their self-titled album, and the song is Meat Hooks. And at 19, we have Night Surf with Don't Want to Go off The End of the World With. Give it a listen, and we'll see you back here in a bit. Bye.
tell me you didn't know, but you can't stop the walls from bleeding.
So, now you know what we are. Now you know what you are. So never go on like on. So listen.
Hi, and welcome back to the High Fives podcast. I'm Mike, and this is my top 30 of 2019, in case you're just joining us. I'm not sure if anybody just joins podcasts in the middle of them, but maybe you did. Maybe you have been here the whole time. Either way, we're moving on to number 18. And at number 18 is Lagwagon with their release, Railer. It came out on Fat Records, and it's one of those albums I didn't expect to like as much as I did. The last one that came out, I was a big fan of, but I was like, okay, Lagwagon's kind of found their groove again. They'll probably slip back into sort of a Lagwagon sound. And on Railer, they haven't. If anything, they kind of slipped back to the first few Lagwagon albums, where they had a little bit of more of a metal guitar riff sound to them. I enjoy it. It's a little bit harder, a little bit faster, and it's crazy that Joey Cape can write so many albums. I know he has a solo album that came out this year, and he just seems to always be writing and always working, so keep it up. Small fact, I've never seen Lagwagon. It seems kind of weird for a guy my age and involved in this kind of music that I've never seen Lagwagon live, and I hope to rectify that soon. Anyway, the song I chose was Surviving California. At number 17 is a band I got turned on to through our WhatsApp chat. And that kind of sounds creepy, but it isn't. I don't think anyway. Maybe it is. I can't remember who suggested it, but if you did, thank you. And the band is Potty Mouth. And Potty Mouth, they're a band from LA. They kind of have a Muffs, Green Day, Veruca Salt sound to them. It's snotty 90s alt punk, but it's polished. And it sounds fresh, even though it kind of sounds like it's from the 90s. The album is Snafu, and it came out on Get Better Records out in March. The song I chose was 22, and hopefully you like it. Moving on to 16 is a band that we talk about a lot on this podcast. I think maybe they might have been played in the first few episodes, way back when no one was listening and we didn't know how to edit and all that fun stuff. But it's a Canadian band, and from Ottawa, I believe, and the band is New Swears. New Swears put out an album called Nightmare this year on Dine Alone, and New Swears is one of those bands that kind of changes their sound just a little bit each album. Not enough to not know it's not New Swears, but enough to be like, wonder what's going on there. And on this album, it's kind of got a more 70s laid back feel to it than the other albums. It still has those New Swear sound, but it's got a 70s feel. And I know Nate had brought this up before when we talked about this album. It's got some country elements to it. I do see them, but I just feel like it's got like that 70s slow ride kind of sound to it. And I picked a song that really brings out that 70s slow driving song feel to it. It's laid back, and the song is called Bon Voyage. Hope you enjoy it. So to recap, we've got Lagwagon with Surviving California off Railer, Potty Mouth with 22 off their album Snafu, and New Swears with Bon Voyage off their album Nightmare. We'll see you in a bit.
Skid Row, marginal, some will call it home. Emptied California. Don't wanna wake up. Don't wanna wake up 22. I know I won't be yourself.